Hi guys, welcome back to Twas Grace Ministry. I am Dodge. If you have not already, please like and subscribe. If you are subscribed, please like and share my videos. And thank you so much for watching. Today I wanted to come on again and kind of just clarify who Ahab and Jezebel is in the Bible. This story is taken from 1 Kings chapter 16. It starts at verse 29. 1 Kings 16, verse 29. So first I wanted to kind of talk about who Ahab was and his character. Yes. So basically Ahab, he was a king of the northern. He inherited the northern kingdom of Israel, and from his father Omri, which was a previous king, and he married a woman which was Jezebel, and he fell under her influence, Jezebel's wicked influence of worshiping false gods. She worshipped the false god Baal, and Ahab, he worshipped before meeting Jezebel, the God of Israel, which is Jehovah, the God of heaven and earth, and this provoked the anger of God because God had told the Israelites back in 1 Kings chapter 11 verse 2 that not to marry foreign women, from these other countries because they worship other gods, and if you marry them, they would turn you against me. And so basically, and Solomon did this as well. But basically, Ahab, he married Jezebel, which was a woman who worshipped a foreign god, and she was from another country. She was a woman from a foreign country. She wasn't from Israel. And so he married her, and this made God very angry because under their leadership, they influenced the Israelites to worship the false god Baal and into sexual immorality, doing sexual immoral things against the Lord. And so God became angry about that. And so Ahab, from when I read him in his character in the Bible, he was more of a permissive type personality, easygoing, or kind of just let whatever happens happen, because he was king and he had the power and authority to tell his wife, we're this land, or we worship the God Jehovah. But the wife that he married, she was strong in her belief and she was strong in her worship to her false gods, and Ahab just basically let it happen. So he had a very easygoing or a permissive personality, and he allowed this to happen. And so God was angry with him because he basically led God's people astray. And so with Jezebel, she was from a city called Sidon, and like I said, she was into different worshiping different gods and stuff. And I'm looking here at some of my notes so I won't forget about what I'm gonna say. But yeah, she worshiped other gods, and she actually hated Jehovah. She hated his prophets. She had his prophets killed. Elijah was one of them who suffered her attacks, and but he actually got away. But she had killed many of Jehovah's other prophets. And um also Ahab, he was interested in getting this man's, his name is Nabal. I think that's, I'm saying it right. But let me see. In chapter in First Kings chapter 21, we see that Ahab basically was asking Nabal, would he exchange his inheritance, which was a vineyard. He either wanted to exchange it or purchase it from Naboth because he admired the vineyard. It was close by the palace, and he wanted to get it. But Naboth, refused to sell or to exchange it because it was something that the Lord gave him. It was an inheritance from his family. And so he wasn't willing to sell. He wasn't willing to exchange it. So Ahab became angry about that and upset about it. And he went home and he told Jezebel that, he really wanted the vineyard and Naboth wouldn't, sell it to him or exchange it to him. So Jezebel, she basically lied on Naboth and had him killed. She falsely accused him of cursing God and cursing Ahab, which was the king. And so she had them, she had her officials of the city to kill Naboth because he was supposedly cursing God, cursing the king. But this was a lie because she wanted her husband to have the vineyard. And so when I look at this story, they both were just some wicked, evil spirited people. Jezebel, I wrote something down about her. Like, she basically was just she hated God. She killed his prophets. She seduced God's people into sexual immoral things and worshiping false gods. She, had a lie, falsely accused and had an innocent man killed. She was just controlling, manipulative, seductive, aggressive, and basically just determined to get what she wanted. And so these two characters are in a sense different, far as Ahab came off more as the permissive one and she came off more as the aggressive one that was, willing to do whatever, because of her authority she thought she had, that she could just treat people any kind of way. And especially God's people, she treated them any kind of way and just made them submit to her demands of worship. And God was not pleased with Ahab or Jezebel. And when they did these things, God called judgment against them, and he told Elijah to let them know that they would lose their dynasty and they would be put to death. And that's what happened. In the end, they received their reward from the Lord for all the evil that they had committed in Israel and leading God's people astray and turning them against him. But I just really wanted to focus more on their character and exactly what did they do, in this story. And we can still see that type of personality, active in our world. Today, the Lord, He, in the beginning of the year, He brought this story to my attention, and He started to reveal to me about how the Jezebel spirit had affected my life over these years. And it was very emotional for me because I never understood until now how we really don't wrestle with flesh. It's we live in a spiritual world. We are spiritual beings. God is spirit, and so is the enemy. And you know, this Jezebel spirit is very much active in the world, in our governments, and in authority positions, and is actively leading a lot of people astray. Just what Ahab and Jezebel did in the Bible, and it's still unfolding before us. And so I just really wanted to talk about their characters today. And I'm going to talk about more of this on my channel, or more about them on my channel. I wrote a book about them, actually. It's called Grace, well, not about them, but about the Jezebel spirit and about how it has affected my life. The name of my book is Grace for Dodge, and you can purchase it on Kindle or from Amazon. Now, you can check that out and purchase it, and I really appreciate that. Thank you. But yes, I definitely will be talking more about Jezebel and the Jezebel spirit. And so yeah. So thank you so much for watching and listening. I don't want to make this video too long, but please like and share my video. If you are a subscriber, please share my videos. And I really appreciate you for listening. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.